Good evening, konbanwa, phonotu. Right now, we're halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. This is Imbolc, or Candlemas, the returning of the light and the first signs of spring, which we can all celebrate with candles. The poem I'm about to read is dedicated to Jason Parr and Lottie LS, who light up Great Yarmouth with music, poetry, and community. Thank you both so much for everything that you do. For Imbolc, Candlemas. I drive past a garage without stopping. 2 weeks ago, I had stopped, bought a packet of jammy Dodgers and eaten them all at once. Some people would think that was weird or bad. Some people would think it was okay. Pregnancy scans were in their infancy. I had heard that there were concerns that they could cause deafness. I said this to the doctor. If you don't have a scan, you could end up giving birth to something not viable, he said, such as a baby without a head. At 8, 9 months pregnant, late at night, my huge belly heaving, I kept thinking I had a giant hairy tarantula in my belly. It's like there's your real life, where you have people you like, who like you, see you, and you do things and live life and be yourself. And then there's this whole other life. Yeah, like a job you can't resign from. The wisdom of the arcades. Do not open. Dead inside. Terror, panic, anxiety. Breakthrough. The cycle continues. The frosting on windows. The kaleidoscope behind the shutters of the walkabout shop. This poem, scribbled on Lottie's pamphlet. On email. On a text while lying in the back of my car. In my head, while driving on the A14, recorded between Asda, where I stopped for coffee, and pressed record in the car park. No time to scribble. 5 minutes to work. Things, next to other things, changed their meaning. Puncture the shame for the woman at M's gym who ended up sharing more than a locker. What kind of person must I be for my daughter not to want to speak to me? Right, you've come to the right woman, Em said. Look, you want to say to the people with babies, gazing into the eyes with dummies, giggling in woolly hats. You want to say, but it would be like vomiting on a wedding cake. And so, of course, you don't. We're in the middle of winter, and it's still light. What kind of person must I be? Said the woman. You've come to the right woman. Here's the advice. And aside, back in my real life, Red Herring Press and the bakehouse and writing in the travel log and making. And you know, you can't have that life and this. I'd go for coffee, of course. Parents are always still in the eyes of kids, although I feel I'm moving. Me next to X equals toxic, because it's always the parents' fault, especially the mother's, especially if the father wasn't even there. I was always, in spite of the impressions I gave, in spite of the things I said, in spite of the years that stretch from 18 to 54, I was always going to save myself. I was always going to save myself. Thank you.
Welcome Mark to the stage. We're a local writing group from Red Herring Press that we meet every other Wednesday. So people perform some of the work that we write on these nights. So So yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Hello. A few weeks ago, our wonderful local newspaper was spouting untruths about the state of Yarmouth and being the worst place in the country. I was happy to see that that wasn't actually statistically true, and I was also happy that the community rallied round online to support it. So I wrote this is YGY's GR8. For the people who are complaining, I say take another look around. I've lived in many places before, and this is what I've found. A wonderful community which is tolerant and cares. Areas that need a bit of loving are starting to be repaired. Not just on the seafront for the tourists just to see. There's loads of areas improving. I've seen it all around me. Events are always plentiful. Most of them are free. Lots of organisations run by all our local community. If you travel around the country, every town has areas in a bit of a state. None of them have the community spirit that makes our Yarmouth so great. Thank you. And on the note of being happy around Yarmouth, and I feel lucky to be here, I also feel we're lucky to be here in this time, considering everything that goes on. So, have you ever thought how lucky you are to live right here, right now, to live in this time, in this place, and the safety it endows? In all the times to be born, in all the places you could live, right here, right now seems to be such an amazing gift. For millennia, life's been a struggle, crossing deserts, mountains and seas, to find a place of safety and somewhere you can sleep and feed. Now you sit in comfort with your tablets, phones and TVs, exploring the universe, albeit digitally. You have food upon the table, whilst others scramble for food upon the floor. You eat yours in safety, while others seek survival from war. You may think you have some problems, but they amount to not many, as others have to flee from men carrying guns and machetes. So think how lucky you are to be in the time and place you live. In this lottery of life, you've been blessed with the greatest gift. To be in a place of safety, in a time throughout the years. To have the luxury of free time, to inflate the size of your fears. When in reality they're little, and so very few. In history, we were too busy surviving to do what you will do. So when you have a bad day, please do keep in mind just how lucky you are to be living here and in this time. Now, a lot of things that happen, so I get wound up easily, but I'm also a bit of a pacifist, so this is the inner turmoil of the angry pacifist, part 1, 2, whatever, there's lots of them. So, why can't we all declare what we want in the world is fair, for every body in this world, every man, woman, boy and girl? This planet isn't for you and me, not for corrupt gluttony. As kids, we have nature to run free, not wired to our brains' technology. All of us have dreams and desires. Don't let them try and extinguish those fires. When you feel lost at sea, reach out for help in your community. Together our bond is extra strong. To unite and concur what's going wrong. We won't fight them with boxing gloves. Together we can defeat them armed with love. It takes strength to be kind when you wish them dead. But remember what the sage once said. Karma will reap what they sow, just as we will harvest what we grow. I may not have all the answers, if anyone exists, and that, my friend, is the inner turmoil of the angry pacifist. And the final one, I'll try and get through it quickly for you. I had a friend online and they were posting things about feeling ugly and sad inside, and I wanted to lift them a bit because they do loads for the community. So I wrote this one called The Beauty in the Mirror. And before I start, there are some prints of it. Stina has done some wonderful illustrations to accompany it, so if you fancy one, have a look at her wonderful artwork there. The mirror shows the you feel worthy to be. You don't face the beautiful soul that I and others see. You're looking through a veil of habitual tainted view. It's time to lift that mask and see your true value. A gentle, caring soul always kind and with feeling, who helps others out. That's what makes a beautiful human being. So take another look in the mirror and tell me what you see. Tell me about the strong beauty, the spirit of Boudica, the warrior, the queen.
This piece was wrote during a trip to Avebury Henge. Avebury Henge, rock, stubborn, resilient, unwavering stoicism, grey topped with acid yellow lichen, figures and faces with animistic shapes adorn your many-shaped bodies, cold, leaning from history and into the future, time travellers without moving. This was inspired after reading Charles Bukowski's Bluebird and visiting Gifford's Circus in Stroud. Circus performer, / life's a circus. There's a trapeze artist in my heart trying to get out, but I'm too scared of heights. I say you'll never do it. There's a tightrope walker in my soul that wants to walk on high, but I'm too afraid of imbalance. I just look up, admiring the brave walker. There's a fire eater in my heart who wants to perform, but I'm too feeble. I say you'd never do it without causing harm. There's a clown in my heart that wants to bring joy, but I'm too timid. I say they'll never laugh. There's a ringmaster in my head who wants to run the circus, but I tell myself he won't take charge. There's Dog Wonder, standing on the trotting pony's back, brave and oblivious. He is the king of the circus. This one's about a dream of someone who'd love to be a skateboarder. A dream. Here I am in the hall, wearing a white horse's head, standing on a skateboard, broom in hand, propelling myself up and down, back and forth, wearing a white horse's head. The pink light from above glows down on the board, shining brightly and sparkly, which goes back and forth with no effort from myself. And then I do an ollie, wearing a white horse's head. Okay, when we did Without a Form / Without Forms poetry course at Red Heron Press, we studied some Arabic poetry, and this was influenced by that very section. Ode to a Summer Night. Kaleidoscopic dreams in the night, a short, almost dark night of midsummer just gone, and the stars twinkle down on our time together here. Waves lapping and then crashing in the distant breeze. A massive full moon in the mid-western sky is orange, like last year, and remember when we saw the sun and moon simultaneously and everyone had joy at the elemental vision. This one was adapted from stanzas written in dejection near Naples by P.B. Shelley. So Shelley came to Great Yarmouth. Stanzas near Great Yarmouth. The air is cold, the sun obscured by cloud, the calm dull sea like a mill pond, orange glow over the marshy flat expanse, the yellow remnant of light, but almost dark, A gusty coastal breeze comes in heavy, in full bloom, but not now. A solitary voice echoes over melancholic dismay. A parched land cracked dry from drought. The town shouts to disturb. In the shallows I can no longer see an orange or yellow glow. I hear the traffic sound travel through air. Almost dark now. I stand on the pavement in a group. A broken streetlight at midnight is buzzing with failure, sat upon its static perch. How sour my broken heart. Thank you.
I don't know if anyone here watches The Apprentice. I'm really interested in language, but I really feel there's something interesting and horrifying about the way business speak is a language of its own these days. And when we were doing our Without Forms at Red Herring, we looked a lot at very traditional poems that had very flowery language about, the dignity of labour, people working in the country, and put The Apprentice on, and it's quite a contrast. So I wrote this, A Modern Farm. How does it sit if it will not stand? If it cannot fly, then how does it land? Are its ducks in a row? Is it stuck in the weeds? Has it gone out to bat, or just gone to seed? Can we flesh it out fully, and then trim the fat, drag it out of the wheelhouse and fiddle the stats? If it digs deeper down, will we find magic beans? Can you hear a brain storming as it churns out our cheese? Is it ready for market? How far will it go? Can we circle it back, or are you crushing it, bro? If we show it the door, will it see the blue sky? Shall we ping it a message? Go forth, multiply. I moved to Great Yarmouth last May, and I love the beach. And it makes me think about who's been on the beach and how many generations and how many human beings have walked on a beach and who owns a beach. So this is softer ground. I'll meet you on the beach, and together we will stand on land that never cared for the origin of feet. I'll meet you from the water, the droplets on your face, burning and salty from the sea who brought you here without complaint. I'll meet you on the sand, and together we will stand on the countless boulders, ground soft beneath our feet.
Hi. I'm going to read in Portuguese and then in English. So, as palavras têm força. Guarda as tuas palavras. Guarda-as, se elas nada têm a acrescentar. Guarda as tuas palavras, se só servem e vêm para magoar. As palavras têm força. É uma força tão grande que pode destruir um império. Guarda as tuas palavras, meu irmão. Guarda as tuas palavras. Tu que dizes querer bem ao próximo, mas essas tuas palavras agem como flechas que ferem sem razão. Guarda as tuas palavras, ditas sem pensar nos danos e estragos que podem causar. Guarda as tuas palavras, guardas Às vezes as palavras são como as rosas, são lindas as cores, mas trazem espinhos e dor. Por isso, insisto, persisto em dizer: guarda as tuas palavras, guarda-as. Se em mim alguém não tem nada a acrescentar, então tenho dito e repito: guarda as tuas palavras, que nem a mim ou ao trem poderá sequer somar. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna try on English. It's gonna be like different, maybe sounds, but yeah. The words have a power. Keep your words. Keep them. If they have nothing to hide, keep your words. If they only come or are here to hurt. Words have a power, so powerful they can destroy an empire. Keep your word, my brother. Keep your word. Keep those words you say without thinking about the damage they can may cause. Sometimes the word is like a roses in beautiful colors, but they're hurts. So I insist, persist, and say to you, keep your words. If to me or someone else you have nothing to hide, so I have to say and repeat, keep your words, then neither to me or another will be able to hide. Thank you.
Respect yourself. Be respectful and be respected. Be aware of your influences on others and influences from others. Accept yourself as the student, the teacher, the government of your life. Love yourself. Give gifts of your time. Help folk whenever possible. Stand tall in your beliefs. Be yourself. Be an individual. Listen hard and talk general. And be aware of your impact upon your environment. Try to support yourself. Learn a skill or something you're passionate about. If needed, take drugs and drink in moderation, but make sure others are not paying for your recreation. Be careful of pornography, as it can leave scars. Learn to make love. Be gentle and give pleasure rather than take. Be strong, teach youngsters what's right, lead by example, and share your mistakes, and be led by your heart.